Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Rhinebeck Scoop. I'm your host, Jennifer C., and I'm dishing out social commentary about our beloved town with segments called Boujee Banter, White People Problems, and as everyone loves, our sweet and sour of the moment. Just note that this show is marked as explicit, so there may be some adult content and a couple F-bombs here and there. If you are listening on Apple, Spotify, or any other platform, remember to click on 5 stars and leave a 5-star review or rating. It helps the show so much and especially supports all the hard work that Matty and Jenn do producing shows like this one at Radio Free Rhinecliff. Remember, guys, 5 stars only. Today, I'm recapping Sinterklaas, revealing the gift that keeps on giving, and recommending a weird holiday movie. Let me talk a little bit about Black Friday. I just looked at my credit card statement. I hit it hard on Black Friday. I did not expect to do that. I was online. I kept going online. It was not good for my bank account, but I have to say the winner of Black Friday for me was this biomat, which is you have crystals that heat up and then you lay on it, and it's very relaxing and it's very detoxing. And that was a winner for me. The negative was I bought a sauna blanket, and I'm so little that when I get in it, there's all these flap openings on the side. And because of that, all the air kept going in. So I had to refund that. But in the refund, I was able to take that and enjoy Small Business Saturday right here in Rhinebeck. And I bought, let's see, what did I buy? I bought a vest from Periwinkles. And I have to say, I'm kind of vibing with Periwinkles. It's a little bit of a new discovery for me. And what I really like is if you go into the back, they have clothes. And the clothes are actually really nice and soft and comfortable. And I bought things for myself. I bought something for my sister-in-law there. And I really am enjoying Periwinkles. And just another thing for those of you that have chemical sensitivity, meaning you can't do the harsh sprays and you can't do the air fresheners. I can't because it makes me sick. I can't stand in a grocery store next to candles or anything like that. Periwinkles has a really nice potpourri section and you can pick out your own potpourri. So that's really good too. I also indulged at Paws Dog Boutique. I love them. Sammy's great. And what I bought was my usual cookies for my dog. I bought a toy for my dog. And then I bought a vest that's orange because one of my dogs likes to just roam around as much as he can outside. So that was great too. So remember to shop local in our town for this holiday season. I have a feeling, I don't know, maybe it's just intuitive, that I'm going to get some tourists. Am I saying that right? I can never say the word right. Tourists?
Tourists?
I think you're saying it better than me. Yeah, tourist. It's my Jersey accent.
Potato.
Yeah. So any of you listening who are tourists to Rhinebeck or you're from the city and you're coming up here, this is a great place to shop for the holiday season. You'll get unique gifts. You'll get gifts that are just one of a kind and you can say you bought them here. So definitely keep that in mind. So this week's Boujee Banter is my Sinterklaas recap. I know you guys have all been waiting for it. I know you've just been like 2 weeks of just sitting there going, oh my God, when is this going to come out? It's out right now. It's okay. This was my first Sinterklaas. And what I had planned to do was go for, let's say, around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., enjoy some of the day things, and then stay for the parade. What actually ended up happening was I left my house late at 4:30 p.m. I missed all the day stuff. Kind of got my husband in the car. We had actually a lot to do that day. And so we were only really able to do the parade. And what really surprised me was how pleasantly easy the drive was. So we were going down Slate Quarry Road and then we turned on to 9G. I think it's 9G. Yeah, it's 9G. And we turned on to 9G and I said to my husband, I said, listen, we're going to be sitting here once we turn onto 9G in traffic for an hour. It'll probably take an hour to an hour and a half to get to where we need to go. And there was no one. And then we kept driving and there was no one, to the point I looked at him and I said, this is December 2nd, right? This is Saturday. This is Sinterklaas. And he said to me, yeah, it is. So I was surprised how pleasantly easy the drive was. I wasn't coming off the Taconic or anything though. And then we entered Rhinebeck near Northern Duchess Hospital. And on the website, because I looked today as well, it says there is parking at lots E and F. But there was a huge sign that said no event parking. So I just want to point that out. Just want to say that to everyone. You could not get in. You could not park at Northern Duchess Hospital. So Jen, I remember your recommendation. So I said, okay, let's kind of cut through and go to the high school. But then what ended up happening is we cut through near Terrapin and then around Haven. And then we we found this parking where it was on a random lawn. People were just parking there. It may have been part of the fairgrounds. It may not have been part of the fairgrounds. I really couldn't tell you. We just parked there. So it was the most makeshift parking lot ever. It was a 10-minute walk from town, and something that I never noticed before. And by the way, I do go to Scallon's and, you know, I love the dry cleaners and the whole thing. But one thing I noticed was the sidewalks in front of there. The town, you guys gotta just take note of that because the sidewalks were really dangerous. I was surprised how badly they were actually chipped out. Something else I was pleasantly surprised about, there were no overwhelming crowds. I do not like crowds. You will never hear me on this podcast come on and be like, hey, guess what I did this weekend? I went to a concert with 30,000 of my best friends, or I went to a protest or something like that. I'm just not into crowds. And it was obviously crowded. If 20,000 people descend upon Rhinebeck, you guys know it was crowded, but it wasn't crazy. I felt it was very manageable. A really good tip for tourists. Here we go. My husband was doing a lot of farm work that day, so I knew he was going to be hungry. I didn't plan. And I said, okay, let's go to Village Pizza and get you a slice. The line at Village Pizza, we think, was at least 100 people deep to get food. And then we looked at Roy Thai, which they had a very nice setup outside. It was very smart. Maybe 100 people deep, maybe more. So, yeah, that is my recommendation to tourists. Definitely at the time I went, that was probably around 5:15. So that's almost getting into dinner time. I know you New Yorkers, you city people like to eat at 8 o'clock. I like to call myself an active senior citizen. I like to eat early bird hour. So it was busy. And I would say definitely pack something for the kids. Have a backpack. Pack some snacks, pack some drinks. I have a feeling during the day, you can probably get some food, but at that time it was really hard. We went into the Rhine cellar. I had never been because I thought no one would be there. I said, okay, everyone's going to be on the street. Who's going to be in the Rhine cellar? Well, I was wrong. There were a lot of people in the Rhine cellar. Children were running around the Rhine cellar. It was a lot. Looked beautiful. I really liked it, but we just went in, did a lap, and then went out. We walked to the start of the parade because we figured, why not? Let's just walk to the start. Everyone was kind of gathered by, Bread Alone and those places. So we wanted to be away from that. And we asked people where the performers were lining up, and we heard it was at Star Library. And my husband said to me, that's a really far walk. That's super far. And I said, no, it's not. And he said, wait a minute, is that the place you drop off books? And I said, yes, it's the place I drop off books. So it's not that far out of town. So we did that quick walk up to Star Library. I'm not sure we were supposed to be there. We saw a couple people and said hi and saw the performers. And that was just nice to see ahead of time. And then we watched the parade at the start of the parade route. And it was everything I expected it to be. It was beautiful. It was magical. I thought it was so well produced and so well put on. I loved that they picked the ant as the animal. I know that was a little controversial, but I did like it. I thought the ants lit up actually really well. I was surprised that Santa, or Sinterklaas, was leading the parade. I thought, I was thinking Macy's Day Parade, so I thought he was going to be the final thing, but he was actually leading the parade, which I thought was cool. I liked the Grumpus. I thought they were really cute. And I also really enjoy people who are theater people, who have that personality that And I mean this in a very positive way, that they like to be the center of attention, because I don't have that personality at all. It seems like I would from this radio show, but I don't at all. I'm actually much shyer in real life. But I love that they just got really into being the grumpus. I love that they loved being the center of attention. They were putting it on for the kids. It was great. It worked really well, especially for the little kids. But I have to say, my favorite part was the polar bear. I love the polar bear. He or she or they are so adorable and so fun, and they were a good dancer, and they just had this enthusiasm about life that you don't see. So good job, polar bear. Do we know who actually is in that suit? Is it a mystery? Is it not supposed to be known?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a secret. I did run into someone at the parade who said they knew the polar bear, but then I never got the answer as to who it was.
Okay, so here's the deal. If you are the polar bear and you're listening to this, or if you are polar bear adjacent, I would like you to write me at comments@radiofreerhinecliff.org and tell me who it is. And I won't announce it on the air if the person doesn't want it announced, but I will contact them privately and see if they would want to come on for an interview. I think that would be a great interview. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So polar bear, come on, let's see it. So I thought everything in general was extremely well done. You have to see it at least once in your life, especially if you're a local. So we watched most of the parade and we left. So we were probably there from, I would say 5 to around 6:30. And my two observations are this. I feel that Sinterklaas is more for families and it's more for children. So I still feel that way because people are like, oh, it's for everyone. It is. If you're into parades, it is for everyone. If you're into all those activities, it is for everyone. But I felt it was more geared towards families. I also observed adults who came in a group, and you could tell they were having fun. They were pre-gaming ahead of time. They were drinking. They were having a good time. And then they came together. And then I observed, I would say probably the children were friends, and then the parents kind of just met up together. And that was great. So I like seeing all the families. And then my last observation was, I have to say, Rhinebeck, we have some really well-behaved children. No one annoyed me that night. I love kids. I don't have them. There's a reason. But they were actually really well-behaved. No one was out of control. I didn't see anything insane. So if you brought your kids and you visited Rhinebeck, if you are a Rhinebeck parent, I just have to say, good job on parenting and giving birth to non-annoying humans. All right, so let's move on to white people problems. And this is the gift, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Okay, this is the gift that keeps on giving, and it is called the Nextdoor app. It is my Netflix. It is my telenovela. It is the perfect combination of people shitting on each other, finding lost pets, and recommending plumbers. I think it's the best shit I've come across in a long time. So let me read you my favorite post so far. Okay, you ready for this? To the woman in the red car driving on X Street yesterday around 5 p.m., you nearly ran over me and my pup. We were crossing the street. I had a flashlight on. You did not stop at the stop sign. You just blew right through it, making a right. I wanted to throw the flashlight at your car because you saw us and almost killed us. But I saw you as well with your peroxide blonde straw hair and pasty skin. You went so fast I couldn't get the tag number, which was lucky for you because it would have meant a moving violation. But the real violation was your behavior. Pedestrians have the right of way. I don't know what your problem is, but keep it to yourself and follow the rules of the road and the rules of civility. I have no interest in interacting with someone of such low and angry attitude. There wasn't even another car coming. The coast was clear. I'll keep an eye out for that tag number. Karma will do the rest. That is my absolute favorite post. This is why I can't get off this app. It's the funniest stuff I've ever read. Now let's read a post that's more serious and more Rhinebeck centered. Is anyone else having issues with the Rhinebeck post office? I have informed delivery, so I know what mail is supposed to come on each day. There are a lot of days my mail doesn't come at all. I'm still waiting for last Friday's mail. It hasn't been delivered. So first of all, I have informed delivery too. And I am just impressed that people remember when their mail doesn't come. I remember I'm organized if I'm really expecting something and I'm excited about it. I get that. I also understand if, let's say, you ordered something last minute, you want it to come on Friday, the party that you need it for is on Saturday, and it hasn't come. It's been guaranteed for Friday. I get that. I would be annoyed too. But other than that, I can't remember. I look at the informed delivery in my inbox at maybe 7 a.m. and then I forget by the end of the day. So I'm very impressed by that. Just full disclosure, my mail does not come from the Rhinebeck post office, so everyone knows, because I live a little outside of Rhinebeck. But some days my mail gets delivered and some days it doesn't. And I like my mailman. He gives my dogs treats, and I figure sometimes he takes off a day to get high and play Xbox, and that's okay. The guy's delivering 6 days a week, so that's fine. So just, I want you to remember that cutbacks are happening and overtime is just being cut everywhere, including the post office. And you guys, it's just a really busy time of year. So RBK, let's try to have a little grace when it comes to the holiday season. All right, my sweet of the moment. My sweet of the moment is I found something in Bread Alone that is an absolute treasure. It is not food. It is not the people. It is not the bathroom that we all use when we're not supposed to. It's not that. It's something else. So I want you to imagine that you are in front of Bread Alone at that main entrance and you enter, right? You open the door, you enter, you walk past the line of everyone wanting to get food. You walk to the back cafe and then you go to the left. And to the left, there is a bathroom. You go in the bathroom. You close the door, you lock the door, you turn on the light first thing. And all I want you to do is look at yourself in that mirror because it is the best fucking lighting you will ever see. I have to tell you, I went in that bathroom and I turned on the light and I was like, oh my God, I look 10 years younger. I look beautiful today. I look amazing. So I'm telling you, if you just hit it a little too hard with the Botox, if, you drank a little too much last night, you're looking puffy, if you ate too many holiday treats, just go in that bathroom, turn on the light, and you will see yourself as a movie star. Thank you, Bread Alone. My sour of the moment. I have a question for my producers. Matty and Jenn, will you sit in a movie theater for an entire 3-hour plus movie?
Yes.
Occasionally, it has to be well reviewed by multiple people who've told me it was worth waiting.
So Jenn, why did you automatically say yes?
If I'm going to a 3-hour movie, I have researched it and it's something that I really want to see because I don't have that kind of attention span. I just don't.
Okay. Thank you for your honest answers. So I was looking into seeing this new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I think it's a Martin Scorsese thing. And it's about Native Americans, and I always like everything about Native Americans. So I was like, okay, this looks cool. I looked at the trailer. It looked pretty good. Then I looked at the runtime. 3 hours and 26 minutes. Hell no. This is my sour of the moment. I do not like lengthy movies these days. I'm all about the 1980s 90-minute movie. I always look at the movie's runtime because the lengths are absolutely insane nowadays. Let me tell you my Barbie experience. I'm going to be really honest with you. I really didn't want to see Barbie, but there was so much hype about it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to see Barbie. Didn't look at the runtime. Huge mistake. Go into the theater. Here's what happened. Why are you guys laughing?
Go ahead. Hang yourself, my friend.
Yeah, I am going to hang myself. I know. I am going to hang myself. Okay, here's the deal. Let's do a disclaimer. Yes, Barbie had a wonderful message for little girls. I do believe in the message they were trying to get across. I understand both of the producers were female. I'm obviously a female. I support that. So that's all wonderful and great. Now, the actual movie. So I go in the movie theater, sit down, 45 minutes, I watch it. It's not bad for 45 minutes. I was like, oh, this is pretty entertaining. I fall asleep. I wake up, America Ferrera is doing her speech. I fall asleep. I wake up. There's a bunch of Kens sitting on the beach playing guitars. I fall asleep. I wake up and I finally see the end of the movie. Unless I'm really interested in it, I cannot do this long movie thing. It's just not my thing. Did I hang myself? I don't think I did.
I'll go with hang.
What,
Jen?
people just loved Barbie that much?
Well, we saw it as a group, but separately, because we really wanted to talk about it and exchange our ideas on a different podcast. And Matt cried when he was describing his impression of the movie.
Very good movie.
Why? Like, what makes it good?
Oh, this is another podcast.
Okay, this is another podcast, but what? Just quickly, one thing that just struck you.
Well, aside from the brilliant direction in every way, the art direction.
Yes, that was good.
Aside from that, the actual message was brilliantly told. It wasn't a simple message, but what was unique about that movie, I haven't thought about it for a little while, but it gave a message that, yes, a 9-year-old or 10-year-old could take a lot from, but it also spoke to adults. It worked on multiple levels.
Speak to me.
And I got that impression from my kids as well. And I have 2 boys.
Did you?
Adult boys.
Okay.
Men. Sorry, I guess they're men.
Yeah, it did not do that for me. So I'm hanging myself yet again. Hung myself in episode 1. So hanging myself in episode 3.
You haven't seen Oppenheimer, then?
Oh, hell no. Am I seeing Oppenheimer? I am not sitting through that. No way.
I'm going to say that the Scorsese movie I haven't seen yet, but I will see that movie.
Same.
Not a problem.
I have to say, I hate to say it because we always want to support our movie theaters. I will see it at home.
It's fine.
So you have a greater attention span. See, at home, like something's calling me. Like I can't sit for 3.5 hours at home, but in a movie theater, I feel trapped, and I feel like I have to be very present.
Okay, at home, I can hit pause.
That's a great point.
It does make going to the bathroom much easier.
Yeah, it makes going to the bathroom. I have my food. I can't eat anything in a movie theater. I have my food. I have all that. I have all my comforts of home. I can stop it. I can watch the rest the next day. I tortured myself and watched the Batman movie with the guy from Twilight. I don't know if you guys saw that. Do you see it, Matt?
I didn't see it.
It was good. It was actually well done. I'm going to say that. But it was 3 hours and they released it on TV. And I was like, why aren't you making this into a show? So that kind of stuff, it's too much for me. I'd rather binge, and I know that sounds crazy, but I'd rather binge and have an ending than just the 3.5 hours. Anyway, that's why I like Upstate Films here in Rhinebeck, because listen to these run times, 80 minutes, 88 minutes. Love that. Now, I missed the holdovers at Upstate Films with Paul Giamatti, which is 2 hours and 13 minutes. But you know what? I love Paul Giamatti, so I would actually do that. I may be watching it for my birthday in Red Hook, which I'm giving my money to a Rhinebeck adjacent establishment because it is no longer in Upstate Films. And I'm doing that for my birthday, which is in 2 days, which is really exciting. So I want to move on and just end this by asking Matty and Jenn. I didn't prepare them for any of this. Just one more question. What is your favorite holiday movie?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know. I should
It depends on the holiday also. Thanksgiving.
Maybe Christmas. She might be referring to Christmas.
Well, I'm just saying.
whatever the holiday is to you, because if you don't celebrate Christmas, I don't want to be that limiting.
Well, I mean, for Thanksgiving, it's definitely Pieces of April.
Such a good movie. I love that movie for
I have to see
Thanksgiving.
this.
It's great.
I could watch it every Thanksgiving.
Is it 4 hours long?
No.
Okay.
It is not.
I can do that.
For Christmas, I mean, I'm a sucker for It's a Wonderful Life, obviously.
So good.
Miracle on 34th Street, only the original one, obviously. Those stand out.
It's a Wonderful Life and Elf.
Okay, those are good. I've never seen Elf.
What?
I know.
It's the 25th anniversary. You can go to the movie theater and see it.
I mean, Groundhog Day is also, essentially a holiday movie.
Mm-hmm. So is, I'm trying to think.
So is Die Hard. I had to watch it last Christmas.
That's not on my list of holiday movies.
It wasn't on my list, trust me.
Love Actually.
That's probably my
I
number
watch
one.
that every year with my kids.
That's a perennial favorite, I know.
Because I don't celebrate Christmas, but we celebrate Christmas movies.
Okay.
That's the tradition.
Love Actually is probably, I would say probably my number one. And then this year I've watched The Holiday with Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz. It's from 2006. It was okay. It was a rom-com. It was good. It's a good movie to text and catch up on other things. I tried to watch The Family Stone. It lasted maybe 15 minutes.
I like that one.
Do you?
It's very sappy.
I couldn't get into it. And I like Sarah Jessica Parker, but I couldn't get into it. So, yeah. Now, I want to recommend I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one I watch almost every year, and it's an unusual one that I have a feeling many of you haven't heard of. Now, before I tell you about this movie, I'm just going to explain something. I lived in a country called Estonia. No one's ever heard of it. Estonia is a Baltic country. Are you from Estonia?
No, we've heard of it.
We've heard of it.
Okay. Jen raised her hand. I'm like, yeah. So it's a Baltic country. It is to the west of Russia and to the south of Finland. I used to go to Finland all the time. I dated a Finn. I was up in Lapland, negative 40 degrees, running around in I forget what you call it, something like a thermal suit for Christmas. So I've done a lot in Finland. So this movie comes out of Finland. It was made by Finns, but it was actually shot. I love Norway, but I thought it was going to be shot in Lapland. It was actually shot in Norway. I believe in Lapland, in Norway, possibly. And it is called Rare Exports. And I made my husband watch it. And he's like, what the fuck is this? What is this? This is one of your weird movies. And what it's about is it is a horror take on Santa Claus. I would not watch it in front of small children. It would scare the crap out of them. But the idea is it's a little boy. He's Finnish. You have to read subtitles. And he's there with his dad. And the dad is a reindeer hunter. You don't see anything horrible. Well, actually, you do a little bit. And then he finds out, and I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but he finds out that Santa is evil, and it's done in a really unique, unusual way. And it's an hour and 22 minutes. It's an easy runtime. I watch it every year. I get a kick out of it. My husband, he's more of the diehard type person. He likes Clint Eastwood. So he was like, oh, this is not my thing. But he thought it was actually a good movie. He said it was an intriguing concept. So check out Rare Exports. I think I got it on Amazon Prime. If you would like to comment or leave feedback on anything I've said today, I'd love to hear all of it. Agree with me. Tell me that I'm totally wrong about Barbie. Whatever you want. Give me topics you'd like me to discuss. Call and leave a voicemail at 845-307-7446 or email me at comments@radiofreerhinecliff.org. You can check out my 3 podcasts and my vibe at freespiritpodcasts.com and follow me on Instagram at freespiritpodcasts. This radio show is produced by me, Jennifer C., Matty Rosenberg, and Jenn Hammoud at Radio Free Rhinecliff. Until next time, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and the next show will drop on Tuesday, December 26th, 2023. See you in 2 weeks. Love you, RBK.
Yeah.